I know, guys. You're probably saying, TSR, another Twin Towers video? I want the Twin Towers on that court. I need the Twin Towers on the court. You can't handle the truth. What is up, San Antonio Spurs fans? Welcome to TSR Sports, and we're talking about Maxime Raynaud. Again, I did a video on him, 3 weeks ago, a month ago, but a lot has changed since we did that last video. And a lot of you are commenting lately that San Antonio Spurs should draft him 14th overall. Do I agree with that? I'll answer that just in a few moments, but I want to pull up an article I found from Ken's 5 this morning, and there's some good news kind of all around left and right, so that's why I wanted to share the article. Victor Wembanyama, in 2025 NBA draft prospect and fellow Frenchman Maxime Raynaud recently worked out together. You've probably seen the pictures, and I've had the pictures on this channel as well. They're working out. Wemby looks like a giant in these pictures, which they talk about in just a moment. It seems Wemby is comfortable enough to return to the court despite his blood clot issues, which sideline him for the remainder of the 24-25 season. That's right, literally right after the All-Star break. If he's getting doctor's clearance left and right, this is all good signs that he'll be ready to go for the start of the season, probably before that. And also, Wemby continues to get taller and muscular. Raynaud is listed at 7'1", and the Spurs center towers over the NBA hopeful. We also saw the recent picture with Wemby, Stephon Castle, Timmy, and D-Rob, and he looked much taller than Timmy and David. And Timmy's close to 7 foot. David was listed at 7'1". I don't know if he's still that height at this age, but it's safe to say Wemby is definitely over 7'4". He might be around 7'6". Hope he stops growing, though. Enough is enough. I mean, growing like, putting some beef on, but he doesn't need to be any taller. Raynaud and Wemby are good friends, and they even met to play a game of chess. There they are playing chess. I will say, guys, is this the most comfortable way for two guys their height to be playing chess hunched over on a couch? Can't just sit at a table and have it more... I don't know. I don't play chess, but that doesn't seem the most optimal way to play it. Moving right along, this is the important part of the article I wanted to talk about. Raynaud's NBA draft projection varies. Some mock drafts list him as a late first-round pick or early second-round pick, while others slot him as a possible late first-round pick. The Spurs own the number 2 and 14 picks, and the team could pick him at 14. That might be too high for the French big man. Maybe the Spurs can select him in the second round. However, he would help the Spurs' lack of big man depth, and adding him to the roster might make Wemby happy. Absolutely. Before we talk more about Maxime Raynaud, I'm going to share a link to this article. When you get a chance to watch it, Stephon Castle's been working on his threes, and he's definitely been putting the work in with the, what's this guy called? The Guard Whisperer? Why have I never heard of this guy? Or I've forgotten who he is. But anyway, Castle's working on his game, working on his threes. All good news for Spurs fans. If he can get to 35% or better on three, watch out next year. But back to the man, the tower, back to I can't put a sentence together. Back to Maxime Raynaud. So if you don't remember the concept from the previous video or just need a little update on Maxime Raynaud, he's 7 feet tall, about 237, a 7'1" wingspan, close to a 32-inch vertical, and he averaged a double-double in college last season, 20 and 10. Literally averaged 20 and 10. His shooting splits were 47, 35, 77, and that 35% three-pointer percentage was not unlimited attempts. He was taking 5.5 three-pointers a game. Reading up on his scouting reports, I see things like high character, professional, smart, Spursy. Of course, his game is not perfect. I did see non-elite athlete, can be slow with switches, etc. So would he be a starter if the Spurs draft him? No, not right away. Maybe never. Would he be a great backup, though? Probably. And I'm sure he would occasionally share the court with Wemby depending on what the other team's doing. If they're running small ball, maybe he's not out there. If they're running two bigs, then he's on the court. Where things get a little convoluted, Spurs fans, is where is he going to be drafted? So I looked at a few, and here's where certain draft boards have him ranked. Tankathon has him ranked as the 38th best prospect. 38. That's what our second round pick is. Number 38. Okay? ESPN has him at 34. CBS Sports has him at 28, and Yahoo Sports has him at 14, which is our second lottery pick. That's all over the place. If you average those out, that comes out at 20.5, so either 20 or 29, projected to be a late first rounder. Could be a very late lottery pick if you're looking at Yahoo. He's a second round pick if you're looking at Tankathon. That is such a wide range of where he might go in this draft. So Old TSR, I asked at the beginning of this video, would I draft him at 14? No, I would not. I know some of you say you would. I wouldn't. I think that's too high, but I also do not think he'll be there at 38. That's pretty much, no. A few months ago, it looked like we had a chance at him at 38 and was like perfect second round pick. All signs point to probably not going to be there, especially with teams knowing the Spurs might want him. It's out there that, I mean, it was already out there, but it's more out there that they're buddies. I will say this. Let me just put this out there, Spurs fans. If he's drafted at 14, I'm not going to go nuts. I'm not going to get upset. I'll be like, I'm surprised, but okay. We got Wemby's buddy. Let's do it. Whatever. What I do think might happen, or kind of what I hope happens, is we have a lot of picks in the future. As we know, we have way too many second-round picks next draft. I think we have 4 or 5. We're not using all those. Take our second-round pick from this year, number 38. Maybe do a package where you add another second-round pick or 2 future second-round picks, definitely one from next year, and get those to move up, maybe really early second round, like right at the start, maybe late first round, and who the heck knows. But do something to put yourself in position to draft him as our third player drafted. I'm assuming we're obviously taking a pick at number 2. I'm assuming we're drafting somebody at 14. Maybe we trade it, who knows? And then, or maybe we trade down. You know, there's a trade down scenario, trade pick 14 down for some kind of future capital, some kind of swap. And then the other scenario, which probably is much easier, is whoever drafts Maxime Raynaud, and hopefully not a team that hopefully somebody in the Eastern Conference drafts him, and we pull a Kawhi Leonard type deal where we say, okay, you know we want him, offer XYZ for that pick. And hopefully because they know Wemby and Maxime Raynaud are friends, they're not going to put us, try to bend us over bend us over and take, that's not what I want to say. Let me rephrase that. Really, I'm doing a horrible job putting sentences together. Clean the bank out. You know what I mean? Take us, just fleece us. It's the word I'm looking for. Fleece the Spurs on this one. So I'm very excited for the draft. I know it's not a month away. It's more than a month away, but I would love to have this kid on our team. It would be absolutely perfect. Perfect. A backup big that can shoot, that's buddies with Wemby, which means they can both run around speaking French and nobody's know what they're saying. That's a good thing. When you can speak a different language than majority of the NBA, use that to your advantage. Because the other teams are like, I don't know what they're saying defensively or offensively. That's a good thing. Perfect world we get him at 38. I don't think he's going to be there. But I would like to see him get drafted as our third pick. If he's taking a 14, okay, I'm all in. But I don't see it happening. Wemby says do it, though. I guess that which could happen. He'd be like, man, I really feel like, me and Raynaud work good together. I really want to see you guys draft him at 14. That would make me really happy. Then it would probably happen. And, if that comes out, then, of course, I'm on board with it. So that's all I got. Curious on your thoughts, Spurs fans. I know some of you already think so. Would you take Raynaud at 14? Or do you think that's too high? Are you kind of in my train of thought? Let him go where he goes, late first round, maybe early second round, and then put together a trade for him with the million assets we have over the next few years. Hit the TSR Sports channel, subscribe and become part of our awesome Spurs community. I thank you, and as always, go Spurs go.
Go Spurs go, 'cause the Giants